The following is a Q100 sports presentation. Orleans girls basketball is on the air. Q100 WFLQ presents exciting coverage of Orleans Lady Bulldog basketball. Tonight's game with the Christian Academy Lady Warriors being brought to you by Music Insurance in Orleans. For home, farm, health, auto, life, and business, 865-2626. AAA Auto Parts, south side of the Orleans Square, 865-4444. All Brothers Transportation in Orleans, meeting the shipping needs of the area for over 3 decades. IU Health Family Hospital, the only nationally ranked health system in the state of Indiana. Super Clean Car Wash, Maple Street, Orleans. The Orange County RAMC, offering affordable loan distance. Call 865-2229 or toll-free 888-337-5900. And now, Lady Bulldog basketball. Let's go courtside with Q100's Mike Hamilton and Kevin Terrell.
From the Doghouse, the gymnasium at the high school in Orleans, Indiana, this is Orleans girls basketball, where this evening the Lady Bulldogs return home after a 2-game road trip as they welcome in the Christian Academy of Indiana Lady Warriors. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kevin Terrell as the Dogs will try to snap a mild 2-game losing streak after heading on back-to-back nights to both Northeast DuBois and to Bloomfield. Jared Gilbert's squad came up short in both of those affairs, and they hope this Christian Academy team will be just what the doctor ordered to get back on the winning track. What's amazing about those games, Kevin, is the fact that Orleans had a lot of stretches in both those games where they played extremely well. It didn't outweigh some of the more negative periods, but still, I think Coach Gilbert has to be encouraged by what he's seen.
They've shown some capability of playing well in stretches. Now they got to do it for 32 minutes, particularly at the start of games, because they've been getting behind early and having to fight their way uphill and haven't had the firepower offensively to come all the way back. They're averaging just 38 points a game, Mike, in the 4 losses. That won't work tonight. As Journeys don't stop believing, just quit playing on the intercom. It's tough for the Orleans fans and for their players to have that attitude, to not stop believing after you're off to a 1-4 start. But you got to find a way somehow to dig deep and defend your home court tonight against a very vulnerable but yet somewhat talented Christian Academy team who's also off to a tough start at 1-3.
The 4th game in 7 days for the Lady Bulldogs. Fortunately, they'll be off over the Thanksgiving break. Will not be in action until November the 28th when they head to Jack Butcher Arena to take on Lagodi. We're a little over 10 minutes away from tip-off as Orleans gets set to take on the Christian Academy Lady Warriors. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Jared Gilbert on the Orleans Girls Basketball Report. He'll join us in a moment. This is Orleans Girls Basketball.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
Well, Coach, as I just said, good to be back home after being on the road the last couple of contests. We had talked a little bit about this going in, what this stretch has been like with 4 games in 7 days. You had a back-to-back, 2 tough places to play, Northeast DuBois and Bloomfield, and even though you weren't able to come out on top on either one of them, were there some good things, hopefully, that you were able to take out of those games?
Yeah, I definitely think, a lot of positives from the DuBois game where I thought we played probably our best, throughout for an entire game. We had some spells there where they had too many runs on us, but overall our defense was pretty good that night. I thought we played hard, gave ourselves a chance to win the game, We started out kind of slow in the Bloomfield game, but to our kids' credit, we did battle back, and we cut it to 10 there in the fourth quarter and had a shot to cut it even more and just didn't quite get it done. And so I definitely think we learned from both games. We learned that we got to be ready to play starting out, even though they kind of looked a little sluggish there at the beginning for whatever reason. We got to fight through that and find ways to still stay in the attack mode like we talked about. And if we can do that, I think we'll be much better for it in the long run.
I found it interesting and maybe just bad luck on your part, perhaps, but we saw it in the Du Bois game from the standpoint that you were able to kind of slow down their leading scorer, Tyler Rossi, but some of their other kids stepped up. And then basically the same thing happened on Friday night. Malia Toon, you held her to half her average, but unfortunately you didn't have an answer for Kylie Shelton, who really stepped up big time for them.
Yeah, going into it, I thought, if we could hold her under her average and under 15 for sure, then we'd have a great opportunity to win the game. And again, their credit, they had girls step up and did a nice job of making buckets, and especially early on there, they jumped out to a pretty big lead on us, and that was due to the fact that other kids were just stepping up, making shots, and we weren't guarding them well enough. But at the same time, we were keying on the Toon girl and really trying to take her away, because every game, looking at the scouting reports that we watched and everything, that she was their main go-to player and she took most of their shots. So we felt if we could limit her, that we'd have a great opportunity to win. We just, their defense was a big reason why we didn't, score enough and looked a little bit back on our heels at time. But give them credit. They're a good team. They're, good defensive team, probably as good as we've seen this year so far.
I still thought, though, in both of these contests, there were stretches on both ends of the court where this team played very, very well. It didn't overcome some of the bad stretches, I guess, but I'm hoping that's encouraging.
Oh, yeah. I've been, bits and pieces this year. We've looked really good. I think that's what hopefully is something to come down the road where we can put it all together. And right now we're just kind of experimenting with lineups and trying to find what combinations work. And we have looked really well. We played really well at times, and then other times we've looked like we need a lot of work. So, but it's definitely showing us that what we're capable of doing. We just got to bring it all together and keep battling and keep working in practice, and I think eventually it will come together, hopefully at the right time.
Against Bloomfield, you elected to bring Jacqueline Gherkin off the bench, breakout game, 10 points. Do you hopefully, from a confidence standpoint, that this is gonna get this young lady turned around a bit? Yeah,
I think so. Jacqueline's someone that started for us all last year, and we just wanted to try to maybe let her come off the bench and maybe play a little more relaxed in the last couple games. And she'll be fine. I think she's someone that has to score for us, and she'll continue playing like she did Saturday night. And I think you'll see that from her the rest of the year. Sometimes in basketball you go through stretches where you struggle a little bit, and you just got to shoot your way out of it. And I feel like she did that, and I think we'll see some good things from her to come the rest of the year.
I guess Haley Powell maybe learning what life is like on the varsity level. She's had 2 or 3 really, really nice games, but with the size of Bloomfield, they were kind of able to hold her in check a bit.
Yeah, I felt like they, were keying on her a little bit and trying to take her away, and I'm sure they've seen the last couple games that we've played where she was, scored 18 and 13 points, and so they weren't going to let her have anything on the inside. So they were really physical with her, and that's just something she has to learn, that she, has to play through that, and she's going to get that some, and that's okay. We just have just like they did, have other kids step up and kind of take over the scoring load a little bit. And as you mentioned, Jacqueline did that. We just have to have others as well. We got to be a team that 1 through 5 out there that can step up and make shots, and especially against a bigger team that plays zone, that forces you to have to make some outside shots, and you're not going to get the ball inside quite as often, even though we'd like to. So it's just something that's a learning process for her and everyone, and she'll learn and get better as the year goes on.
back home tonight, and maybe as good as anything, the only game this week for you. But tell us a little bit about what you know on this Christian Academy team.
Well, the Stumler girl is, as good an athlete as we'll face all year. She's, she's a volleyball player going to Kentucky on a full ride scholarship. So it kind of tells you the athlete she is, and they go through her. I mean, she's a very good defensive player. She runs the floor hard. She takes a lot of shots, and so we're going to have to know where she is at all times and really do a good job as a team helping. Who Audrey will probably start on her, and we'll kind of go from there. But she is a handful, and once again, we're going to have others, provide plenty of help. But also, we got to make sure nobody else steps up on the other team. So we got to do a good job on the role players as well, and make sure that we contain them.
As a final thought, Coach, from an execution standpoint, anything else the girls are really going to need to focus on?
Well, we just talked a lot Saturday, mainly about attacking. They're going to be in a zone more than likely, and something similar to what we saw Friday night and when we were back on our heels. So hopefully tonight you'll see a more aggressive team from the start, attacking the zone with the dribble and then kick outs and maybe getting some more touches inside. But we really stress that we got to be, our guards out front have to really be in the attack mode instead of just kind of playing side to side. So if anything, hopefully we'll see that, and we'll hopefully get back maybe our legs a little bit and have a little more energy on the defensive end as well tonight.
All right. Hopefully it'll all come together, and we'll get back on the winning track tonight. Coach, thanks for joining us. Go out and get them.
All right, we'll try. Thank you.
And this has been the Orleans Girls Basketball Report with head coach Jared Gilbert as the Lady Bulldogs take on Christian Academy. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Orleans Girls Basketball.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Coach. 1-3 start. We were talking before we came on, and a lot of it may have to do with the success that your ball teams and individuals have had.
It sure has. When all the girls have only been playing together now for maybe 10 days, so that makes it tough. And to top it off, we got a lot of young players, some new experience, new girls out there that we lost 4 seniors from last year, and they're really starting to regroup. We've played better every game, so that's encouraging, and we'll just tip it up tonight and see how it goes.
Even though for Allie Stumbler, volleyball may be her best sport, we know she's going to play at Kentucky starting next year. Just one of those special athletes that you love having.
She really is. She's fast. She's pretty intelligent, even in a basketball game that she only plays 3 months a year. She doesn't pick up a basketball the rest of the time. She just naturally knows where the ball's going to be. She has a great nose for the ball, and she hates to lose, and so she's giving you everything she's got.
And you were telling me, too, that despite the fact you have, I think, 3 seniors on the team, very limited varsity experience.
I got 2 girls last year that played much varsity at all year. And so I start 3 girls that, if it was last year's team, would probably be on a JV team. They've made leaps and bounds, and they work as hard as any team I've ever coached, but it's just going to take some time to get there.
In terms of your style of play, has it been the same since you started here with Christian Academy?
I try to play the same style, but, with the number game and what we end up with, you've got to change a few things depending on what kind of talent you have. And this year's no exception. With a limited basketball IQ, you can't run a lot of different sets, and you can't get intricate on defense. So, a lot of it's been dumbed down, and we just try to out-hustle people.
Do you feel like this Orleans team will give you a challenge tonight?
I think anybody could give us a challenge right now. So, and that is so. But yeah, I really do. And we look forward to it. Like we've gotten better every game, and so I'm looking for another progress tonight.
Teams like this that are kind of out of your area, so to speak, long bus trip one way or the other, Does that make it tough in terms of your scouting and to get really prepared for a team like you need to be?
It really does, and to be honest, I don't know much about them. I've been more concerned about what we've been doing in the last couple of weeks and just trying to get our girls in the right spot. I think if I changed much on them based on who it was at this point, they'd probably get confused. And so I've really just been hammering in and focusing in on our girls, and I haven't done much scouting at all yet this year, but it'll come.
Well, I was going to say that's kind of the in polling coaches, the majority say that you're almost playing against yourselves as much as you are the opposition this early in the season.
You really are, and that's what I try to tell them. You know, sectionals aren't won in November anyway, so come deeper in December and then all of January, that's when we'll start scouting and really start trying to show them how do we prepare for other teams and do that. But right now, it's really just working on our team and what we can be to be better.
Okay. As a final thought, what's it going to take out of your girls to be successful tonight?
To be successful tonight, we're going to have to limit turnovers. We've been averaging 16, 17, and we need that under 14. So we got to cut down on the turnovers and really shoot the ball better. Last game was a huge improvement. It was 30% from the floor. So we just got to start taking better shots, not just the first shot that they think is open.
Coach, thanks for spending time with us. We'll have you again later on in January when you take on Springs Valley. In the meantime, best wishes tonight and through the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir. You have a good night as well. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
That is Mike Baer, the head coach of the Christian Academy Lady Warriors, joining us prior to tonight's game as the Lady Bulldogs take on Christian Academy of Indiana. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Orleans girls basketball.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
This is Orleans Junior forward Tori Greathouse. Keep it tuned to Q100 all season long for Lady Bulldogs basketball.
We're back at the Doghouse in Orleans as we get set for Lady Bulldogs basketball. Tonight the opponent, the Christian Academy Lady Warriors from New Albany. We're ready to take a look at the starting lineups in the contest. Here to give us the rundown, we turn it over to the effervescent Kevin Terrell.
Using those big words now. I'm not sure I can handle that if we have all that all night. But for Christian Academy, they come in at 1-3, and they have been struggling. They did get a win against Clarksville in their last time out, but the Lady Generals are also on the low end of the totem pole. So we'll see how Christian Academy does tonight here on the road. They go with Mackenzie Miller, 5'4", and a junior. She starts in the backcourt with McKenna Cavanaugh, 5'7", and also a junior, scoring just 2 points a game. Abby Martin starts up front. She's 5'10" and a senior, 9 a game. Kelsey Reed, 5'6", and a senior, scores just 2. And then Allie Stumler, the volleyball superstar, who also plays basketball for them, for her uncle, who's head coach Mike Baird. Stumler scores 20 a game. For Orleans, who needs a win badly, they come in 1-4. They go with Brooklyn Knight, 5'4", and a sophomore. Peyton Blanton, 5'6", and a freshman. That's the backcourt. With Jacqueline Gherkin, 5'7", and a sophomore. Haley Powell, 6 foot and a freshman. And Audrey Elrod, 5'7", and a junior, for Coach Jared Gilbert, who's 7-19 in his first one season plus. Marcus Debro, Dave Pilar, and Ron Grimes on the car. Marcus will tip it up, and we're underway here at the Doghouse.
All right, Kevin Terrell, thank you very much. As Christian Academy wins the tap, Allie Stumler out jumping Haley Powell. The Lady Warriors in blue. They work it in low to Allie Stumler, who lost it going up. And then as the teams fight for the loose ball, held ball, and the arrow pointing towards Orleans.
A very active 1-3-1 zone by the Dogs to start the game as they put Haley Powell up front, trying to cause problems for the smaller Christian Academy backcourt. And indeed it did. They turned them over. Now it's a 1-2-2 zone being played by Christian Academy.
Gherkin up top to Blanton. High post to Audrey Elrod, who takes it down the lane. Shot it a little bit too hard. Ball picked up by Mackenzie Millar, who runs the floor, slows it down to the top of the circle, backs it back out, and they'll start the offense from there. They work it foul line to Kavanaugh, works it back up top to Millar. Now they go down to the corner to Martin, in low to Stumbler for an easy layup.
That was too easy. They got the ball cornered, didn't pressure the passer enough, and they're able to have Stumbler just drop down the gut of the defense right down Main Street and get the easy layup. Christian Academy draws first blood.
Here is Knight on the high post to Elrod, turns around at the foul line, hands it back to Knight. Brooklyn on the dribble, bounces away to Blanton right side. Down to the corner to Haley Powell, draws the double team.
Good pass.
Weak side pass to Jackie Gherkin, who takes the dribble, tries to feed it in low and threw it away.
Should have shot it there. We had a chance to get it up on the rim. If she'd missed it, had a chance for the offensive rebound there. And one pass too many for the Dogs on that possession.
Down to the corner. They work it in low. That was Kelsey Reed with a feed in low to Allie Stumbler, and she has back-to-back layups as Christian Academy's had 2 point-blank shots.
They're going to have to get out of the 1-3-1, I think, and do something else. They have that solved easily. Way too easy to get the ball to their best player at point-blank range.
Into the lane, Blanton, pull-up jumper, around good. Peyton Blanton gets Orleans on the board. Almost 2 minutes into the contest with a little floater from inside the paint. Now here's Stumbler banked home another one. I thought she got away with a little hop step there. And she took it right to the rack and banked another one in. It's Allie Stumbler 6 and Orleans 2 at the 5:45 mark of the opening quarter. Skip past Elrod, foul line on the wing to Gherkin, takes it to the baseline, back on the wing to Knight. Goes on the high post to Elrod, jumps it back out to Blanton, out beyond the arc. Now she'll fire it down to the corner to Brooklyn Knight. It'll heave up a three from there. It is no good. Haley Powell fights for the rebound, and she caused McKenna Kavanaugh to lose the ball out of bounds.
Mike, right now, defensively is the problem for the Dogs. They've given up 3 layups to their best player. Going to have to find a way to lock it up on that end. I think against this zone defense of Christian Academy, you're going to get open shots. It's just be a matter of can you convert them.
Good perimeter passing by Orleans. They swing it around to Jackie Gherkin. Her three rolls on the rim and off. Rebound taken down by Allie Stumbler, and then Peyton Blanton knocked it out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Lady Warriors.
That was a wide-open shot. Again, we've gotten all wide-open looks. Just got to be able to convert and make some jump shots. Orleans now going man-to-man. Didn't work the last possession. We'll see if it does a little better now.
They try to feed it down low. It's grabbed by Martin, and then again, trying to post up Allie Stumbler, and that's the mismatch. Orleans not big, maybe with the exception of Haley Powell, and Haley will pick up the game's first personal, trying to defend on the block.
Basic basketball by CAI there. Going 4 out, 1 in with Stumbler and trying to pound it into her.
Millar leaves a little point-blank shot in front of the rim short. Still 6-2 Christian Academy lead. We're a little over 3 minutes old. Knight, baseline to Powell. Drives into the lane, throws up the runner, missed it, and the rebound loose and picked up by Abby Martin for Christian Academy.
Good move, but you don't get any points for the beauty of the move. You got to put the biscuit in the basket, and we're just struggling doing that.
I thought that's hockey.
There's basketball, too.
Audrey Elrod stole it, takes it into the lane, and dribbled it off her foot and out of bounds. She had the right idea. She weaved among traffic there and tried to ankle in from the right side and just simply lost the ball.
Season-long difficulty for Orleans getting off to slow starts. We're off to another one, just one basket in the first 4 minutes plus.
Down the lane goes Millar, and she did everything right but hang on to the basketball. She loses it out of bounds.
We have a Millar and a Pilar refereeing the game. That's going to be interesting as Dave Pilar didn't call the foul on Millar, and instead they turned it over their third.
Peyton Blanton drives it right, top of the key tonight, off now to Gherkin. Cross-courts the pass to Brooklyn, who had to make a circus grab just to hang on to it. Now they feed it on the high post to Elrod. Her shot partially blocked by Allie Stumbler, and CAI comes out of there with it. So over 4 minutes old and still only one field goal for the Lady Bulldogs. And Stumbler just had her pocket picked by Haley Powell. Pass ahead to Peyton Blanton, who takes it in, banks it off the window and in.
That's something the Dogs, I think, have to do. They have to figure out a way to run more. They got a live ball turnover there as they stripped Stumbler of the basketball. They ran it out and they converted it. She hit the off balance runner. That's her first point, and we're back within 2.
3:20 to go. Fast-moving opening quarter. Usually these officials don't call a lot of fouls anyway, so maybe we'll get down early tonight. Here is Stumler, shaking and baking against Powell, and Haley just picked up her second foul. A little hand check as Stumler took her to the baseline. So, as we talked about, not much size for this Orleans team, and Haley Powell will have to head to the sideline with her second personal foul, so that'll make it even tougher for Orleans to defend the 6-foot Lady Warrior. Ball comes into the foul line to Kelsey Reed, and she threw it away. She tried that little jump pass to Stumler, and already 5 turnovers for Christian Academy.
Best way to guard Stumler is not let her get the ball. That time they turned the Warriors over. This little modicum of pressure out of the timeout. We're hanging in there, but we got to figure out a way to solve this zone, and not just solve it, but actually convert the shots. We're getting good looks, but you got to put one in.
Maddie Jones is in there, who kicks it out of the wing to Blanton, whose 3 is no good. The rebound run down by Gherkin, and I think she stepped on the sideline. She did. Good hustle by Jackie. Just ran out of real estate down there in that far corner.
We just lack playmakers at the high post. We're getting the ball there, but we're not getting anything done out of it. Got a nice kick out there, but Blanton couldn't buy it as we're shooting poorly from the outside once again.
Stumler runs the floor, takes it down the lane, shot it a little bit too hard. Fight for the rebound is Jones, and a new face for Christian Academy, Kendall Kerberg, a 5'8" sophomore, averaging a couple of points a game, has checked in. We'll tell you about the new faces for Orleans. They work it to Stumler. Boy, she's not shy about shooting a long-range shot. Missed it. Gherkin the rebound. Outlet to Maddie Jones. Ahead to Sydney Moon. Those are your 2 new ones. And Sydney on the left side just kind of swept one up high off the glass and got it to kiss back through.
Good outlet pass. Again, Orleans with a run out. Their 4th point in transition. They've only had 1 basket in the half court, so you got to run when you can. I like it. Let's keep the pace going in this game offensively and score before that zone sets up.
Tie game at 6. Into the lane it goes to Stumler. Turns, kicks it on the wing for a shot that is missed by Kelsey Reed. And rebounded by, on the weak side there, nicely by McKenna Cavanaugh, and she draws the foul. She went right back up. Doglin Knight picks up the foul. That'll be her first.
Dog's not blocking out on the Stumler miss from the baseline, and you're right, she's not shy. If she gets it, she's probably going to make a move and try to score.
And the free throw unties us again. Maddie Jones, 5'7" junior at nearly 4 games. Sydney Moon, 5'7" junior at nearly 4 games as well. Identical on the stats. Second free throw, no good. CAI by 1. Jones, weak side pass to Gherkin, baseline 10-footer, wouldn't go, and Stumler the good block out. Corrals the rebound with 1:40 to go here in the opening quarter on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. Oh, they allow Stumler to take it right down the lane, pulls up for a little 5-footer, and knocks home her 8th point of the contest.
Dogs never stopped the ball, never got set on defense, didn't talk to each other, and Stumler went right down the boulevard and laid it in with a nice right-handed finger roll.
Moon penetrates, kicks it off to Jones, right around Stumler, and Alley recovered, blocked it, picked up by Cavanaugh. She had it knocked away, loose on the floor, and Cavanaugh gets it back, and then her pass tipped away and stolen by Maddie Jones, who gets it off to Sydney Moon, kicks it off to Blanton for a 3-point try that spins out, and Cavanaugh corrals the rebound. Both teams running a little bit. Stumler up the left side, cross-courts the pass now to Kerberg. Now at the point to Millar. Sends it around to Cavanaugh, baseline to Stumler, cut off on the baseline by Moon. Out of the wing it comes to Reed. Off to Kerberg, lost the handle. Jackie Gherkin picks it up, and then trying to get it back was Kerberg, and she slapped Jackie Gherkin across the wrist.
7th turnover on CAI early as the Dogs, switching different defenses, went to the 2-3 zone there a couple of possessions ago, trying to do anything they can to slow down Allie Stumler, who's basically the entire offense at this point for Christian Academy. That time they try to make others make a play. Ended up turning it over once again.
Jenna Whalen has entered the lineup now for the Lady Dogs, 5'7" senior, as Sydney Moon, strong move to the basket, but ran right into Stumbler, and she said, get that out of here. And now CAI can play for the final shot of the quarter. They don't, as Abby Martin able to knock down a short-range jumper from the right side. 11-6, Christian Academy. They've scored 5 straight since Orleans tied it up. And, they're going to get a foul here on Stumbler. 2.4 seconds to go in the quarter. Maddie Jones from just inside the foul line with a jumper. And apparently they said Stumbler got too much of the arm of Maddie. So Orleans will shoot their first free throws. First foul on Stumbler. It'd be nice if Orleans could get her into a little bit of foul trouble.
Well, got to keep getting the ball to the foul line area. It's wide open. They're not guarding it as she missed the first free throw. Got to convert when you get these chances.
That one wouldn't go either. The ball tipped out of bounds, and it'll belong to Christian Academy, but only 0.3 of a second left. So, in essence, the first quarter comes to an end, and Orleans will find themselves down by 5 after 1 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. The Lady Warriors lead the Lady Bulldogs 11-6. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Orleans girls basketball.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
This is Orleans Junior forward Audrey Elrod. Thanks for listening to Lady Bulldogs basketball right here on Q100.
From the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Sky Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Lady Bulldog sports. Good luck all season long from everyone at Sky Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. 1 quarter in the books here, and if we didn't think any better, there appears to be a lid on that Orleans basket on the west end. They managed to hit just 3 of their 13 shot attempts there in the opening quarter, and they find themselves down by 5, and they just turned it over with the first possession of the second quarter as Maddie Jones inside the paint lost the handle. Now we're going to see a 3-2 zone being employed by Orleans as they go out front to Millar, works it around to Kavanaugh, in low to Stumbler, knocked away by Jenna Whalen, and Maddie Jones comes out of there with it.
Turnover factory for the Christian Academy Warriors. That's their 8th of the game so far. If they could have taken care of it at all, they could really put some distance between a Bulldog team who's struggling offensively once again.
Good ball movement. They kick it out to Blanton for a 3 that would not go, as Lady Bulldogs can't buy one right now. Stumbler runs the floor, takes it to the foul line, skips it underneath to Abby Martin, who missed the layup, but she will go to the line twice. And again, that's what Allie Stumbler can do. You focus so much on her, and then before you know it, she's passed off to a wide-open teammate.
Sometimes when you change defenses as much as Coach Gilbert has been doing, you confuse your own team more than you confuse the opponent. And that time we just didn't have a clear idea of what we were in, gave up an easy shot attempt.
Martin misses the first free throw. The second one is good. That foul was on Jenna Whalen, her first, the 4th on the team. And after that Sydney Moon basket tied it up at 6. It's been 6 straight now for the Lady Warriors. Just underway second quarter as Brooklyn Knight launches a 3 and overshot the goal. Another rebound for Allie Stumbler. She averages some 14 boards a contest. They try to feed it down low to her. It's tipped away. And Maddie Jones with the steal back the other way led Sydney Moon just a little bit too much. And Sydney could not catch up to the ball as it sails out of bounds.
Dogs are letting a golden opportunity at win number 2 slip through their fingers here early. Christian Academy is not off to a very good start. Only problem is we're off to an even worse start as we're now somewhere around 3 out of 15 on our shooting. Once again, struggling from the field. We got to get energized a little bit and start making some plays around the offensive end.
Jerry Gilbert hoping full court pressure will help, but the Lady Warriors break it as Martin goes down the lane, throws up the shot, and they're going to call a held ball here as she got stuffed. But Christian Academy will keep possession. Martin looks to trigger it in. Still looking. Better hurry. Gets it down to the corner now to Kerberg. Throws it out of the wing now to Stumbler. Allie on the dribble. Looking for somewhere to go. Lobs it in low to Martin. It's knocked away. Stolen by Maddie Jones, but as she tried to keep the ball alive, stepped on the out-of-bounds line.
Very energetic Jacqueline Gherkin back in the game. See if Jackie can get off the schneid a little bit and do some damage against this packed-in zone of Christian Academy.
Ball knocked free, and Christian Academy just lost it out of bounds. Hey, Dave Pilar, put the whistle in your mouth, and he tried to blow a air whistle that time, I think.
Dave Pilar, one of the single best officials in all of Indiana, and if you don't believe that, just ask him.
Okay.
Marcus Debro and Ron Grimes and he work all sorts of junior college games and other places around the area. Dave Pilar also, for your listeners who don't know, the scorekeeper at Assembly Hall for the IU men's game.
Right. Orleans with the ball. They feed it in low to Elrod. Takes it to the baseline. Works it in low to Moon. Triple team. Tries to spin away. Kicks it out of the wing to Jenna Whalen, whose three would not go. Rebound Jackie Gherkin back up. It just wouldn't not go. It hung on the rim and lipped out. Stumbler runs it back the other way. A little crossover move along the baseline. Kicks it out of the wing now to Emma Wise, who's checked into the ball game for Christian Academy. Back to Stumbler, and she just popped home a 12-footer on the left side.
That was a good move. She made the crossover step. Orleans cut her off, but she came back to the middle, rose up on the one dribble pull-up, and knocked it home. Right now she's making shots, and the Dogs just simply are not. I think Orleans is playing about just as well as Christian Academy is. We just can't make shots, but we got one there. Finally, Elrod steps out and drains a three.
Ending a 6.5-minute drought. So Audrey Elrod, that may be her first three-pointer of the year. It comes at a good time. Pulls Orleans back to within 5, but they'll go back down by 7. As a power move to the bucket, Allie Stumbler cannot be stopped here in this first half. She's got 12 now, and it's 16-9 Lady Warriors. Moon off now to Whalen. Backs it out along the perimeter. Over to Gherkin, knocked away there by Cavanaugh, but Orleans able to recover. Elrod into the lane to Moon, kicks it out of the wing to Knight, or Gherkin rather. Now they swing it around to Whalen. Jenna right side of the arc to Sydney Moon at the foul line. Looks, tries to drive, kicks it down to the corner to Blanton, open for a 12-footer. That's an air ball. Rebound, Audrey Elrod, back up, good, count it, and a foul. Good weak side rebound there by Audrey Elrod as she out-battled Emma Wise on the rebound and threw it back up there, and we'll have a chance here at a three-point play and an opportunity to pull Orleans back to within 4.
Elrod providing some much-needed offensive boost, stepped out and hit that three, now gets the putback. And one of the things we've not been doing as well as we need to is offensive rebound against this zone. If we're going to shoot it that bad, need to get some extra shots at the goal.
The last 6 points belong to Audrey Elrod as she hits that free throw, 16-12. Here is Martin. Feeds it off now to Millar, who's back in there. She's got it between the circles, picks up the dribble, clears it away now to Stumbler. Allie backs it back out. Still maintaining the dribble, down to the corner to Martin. One dribble, lobs it in low to Stumbler for the catch and shoot, and she's got 2 more.
Good right shoulder move right there. Stumbler's been going predominantly to her right hand, but that time her left shoulder in the post. But she turned to the right shoulder that time and spun in and put it on off the glass. Nice move.
Stumbler now with 14 of her team's 18 points as the lead jumps back to 6 now. A little more than halfway through this second quarter. Brooklyn Knight back in there, along with Audrey Elrod, Maddie Jones, Jackie Gherkin, and Sydney Moon. Jones off to Elrod, beats it off to Moon on the right side. Boy, is it my imagination, or am I seeing a lot of hop skips there, and the officials aren't calling any traveling as Knight misses a 3 there, or Gherkin rather.
Maybe a little bit of your imagination there, although they're a little shaky with their feet at times.
All right. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to it. I suppose if I were an official, I would. Here's a wild shot, missed badly, rebound to Martin. And that would not go, and Maddie Jones able to pull down the rebound. 18-12, Christian Academy, 3 minutes to go before halftime on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. Good baseline move by Elrod, couldn't finish, fighting for the rebound, lost it off her leg and out of bounds.
That was a strong move, as you mentioned. Couldn't rise up and score against the contact. Maybe had a chance to dish that somewhere, but you know, as Orleans, when someone drives, no one really moves down to get in the line of the sight of the passer. So they got to kind of all get stationary and stand there. Got to learn how to move to the level of the ball.
Down the lane goes Millar, as Orleans very casual in getting back down court. They started with full court pressure and then relinquished, but Stumler's pass down court to a breaking Millar will get her at the line to shoot two, as Brooklyn Knight called for her second personal foul. Free throw is off target for Millar. As Sydney Moon out. And Maddie Jones back in. That one missed. And Maddie Jones has it for Orleans. They trail by 6, 2.5 to go before the break. Blanton out front, clears it away now to Knight. Left wing to Elrod. Audrey dribbles it out along the perimeter, clears it away to Gherkin. Back to Knight on the left side. Brooklyn cross-courts it to Blanton. Peyton steps in, can't get the shot off. Now they work it in low to Jones. Boy, Maddie, if she had squared up that time, she would have had a pretty clear path to the basket there. Here is Gherkin, left corner. Fakes left, goes right, cross-courts it back to Blanton. Peyton to the foul line. Back off the Knight. Brooklyn's three comes up a little bit short. Good offensive rebound by Jones to Blanton, who drives on the right side, puts it up around, got the down.
Yeah, Peyton likes that little runner to her right. Didn't really get square with it, but just kissed it off the glass high. And Peyton with a big bucket. New Orleans somehow, some way has climbed within 4.
And Peyton trying to anticipate the move of Millar, tried to step into her path. Didn't get there in time and gets nailed on the foul. That'll be her first. 6th team foul on Orleans. So no bonus. And Christian Academy gets careless. Blanton with the steal.
Make it hurt.
Jones ahead to Elrod, who takes it in. Big collision there, and way back trailing the play, David Pilar calls a foul here on Emma Wise.
Well, he got it right.
He did. There was plenty of contact there.
Had a good angle there. And David, the principal at Jackson Creek Middle School in Bloomington, bailed out his fellow principal, Marcus Debro, who's the principal, one of the principals in Bloomington North. So one administrator saves another one. That's how the corporate world of education is supposed to work, and it worked right there. Orleans is within one possession there as that first free throw is good.
And now what do we have here?
We have a lane violation, looks like, as Brooklyn Knight kind of snuck in there and didn't stay behind the restricted area, so Orleans turns it over.
18-15. 3-point Christian Academy lead, minute 25 to go. Stumler out, taking a breather. Here is Kerberg with a basketball, lost the handle, loose. Brooklyn Knight picks it up, and no, Jared Gilbert called a timeout.
9-1-1 timeout. He didn't want to turn it back over. He went ahead and used the 30 seconds.
Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, home, farm, business, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern values since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792. 1:16 left, second quarter at the Doghouse in Orleans. On the Busick Insurance scoreboard, it is Christian Academy leading by 3, and I'd say Coach Gilbert feeling like his team has not played up to their potential thus far, yet they're only down 3.
They're hanging in there. They've managed to make it a second half game, but they can just hang in there. Go take advantage now with Stimler out of there.
Nice feed to Jones. Weak side off to Audrey Elrod. She couldn't finish off the layup. Boy, everything worked perfectly there on the execution, but Audrey just couldn't get that little layup to drop. Back the other way, Millar on the dribble. Clears it away now to Kerberg. Under a minute to go here before halftime. as Millar feeds it on the high post to Martin, who lost the handle, and Maddie Jones comes out of there with it as Christian Academy continues to turn the ball over.
One more bucket right here, being really nice. Take advantage of Stumler being out of there.
Here is Knight. Runs it down the lane, and there's that hop skip, and this time they do call Brooklyn for the travel.
7th turnover on Orleans. They've taken care of the ball fairly well in this first half. At that time, call up with a little shuffle step.
Moon in for Knight for the final 30 seconds of the half. Again, 2-2-1 full court pressure. Stolen away nicely by Elrod. Underneath the Sydney Moon, who lays it up and in. So that time, the press bothering Christian Academy in Orleans on a 5-0 run. They've closed to within one. They've not led here in the first half. Here's Kerberg into the front court. Lost away, picked up by Jones. Outlet is intercepted back by Millar. 6 seconds to go. Throws one up wildly. It's missed. Rebound to Jones. To Blanton ahead to Moon, who puts up the runner, and it almost went. Would have counted had it dropped. Sydney had to throw that up quickly so she didn't get a lot of arch on it, and had she done so, she might have had better results. However, Orleans still, despite trailing by as many as 7 in that second quarter, able to score the final 5 points of the period and pull to within 1 here at intermission. For the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Sky Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Lady Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. Halftime on this Monday night before Thanksgiving. And these two long-range rivals go at it. Through 16 minutes of the Music Insurance Scoreboard, Christian Academy leads the Lady Bulldogs 18-17. We'll start our halftime activities when we come back. You're listening to Orleans Girls Basketball.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
Whether you work on cars as a hobby or do it for a living, it's nice to know there's AAA Auto and Truck Parts in Orleans. With over 175 years of combined experience, Rick Jones and his staff will help you find the right part at the right price. With a 1 million item inventory and limited free delivery, AAA Auto and Truck Parts can usually get what you need right away, like interstate and Deca batteries for the dependable starts all winter long. A wide array of chemicals, including fuel injection cleaners and air brake antifreeze, wiper blades, belts, hoses, and the list goes on. For the parts you need and the service you deserve, come to AAA Auto and Truck Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square or call 865-4444.
Colon cancer. It's called the silent killer because it usually has no outward symptoms until it's too late. A colonoscopy is the best way to detect and remove precancerous polyps. Screening helps save lives. If you are age 50 or older, talk to your doctor and get your colonoscopy scheduled at IU Health Paley Hospital. Colon cancer can be prevented. Commit to health and get checked.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldogs sports.
This is Orleans sophomore guard Brooklyn Knight. Now back to more Lady Bulldogs basketball with Mike Hamilton on Q100.
Before we start our halftime activities from the doghouse, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Orleans Girls Basketball.
The home of the Dome, the Bird, and IU Sports. Q100, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell back at Orleans High School, where the Lady Bulldogs trying to snap a 2-game losing skid, trail the visiting Christian Academy Lady Warriors by 1 here at 18-17. Orleans has never led. They did manage to tie it up at 6, but then the Lady Warriors went on an 8-0 run, and fortunately for the Lady Dogs, they scored the final 5 points of the second quarter to pull back to within 1, which is where we are now. Scoring went this way. It's pretty much been all Allie Stumler for CAI. She has 14 of her team's 18 points on 7 field goals. Abby Martin has a field goal and a free throw for 3, and the other point came on a McKenna Kavanaugh free throw in the opening quarter. Kelsey Reed and Mackenzie Millar have started for the Lady Warriors, have not tallied, and Emma Wise and Kendall Kerberg have played off the bench. So 14 from Allie Stumler, well on her way to her 20-point-per-game average. Emma Wise picked up 2 fouls for Christian Academy. Nobody else had more than 1. For Orleans in the first half, they have just had 3 players score. Audrey Elrod leading the way. She has 2 baskets, one of those a 3, and she converted both of her foul shots. So 7 here in the opening 2 quarters for Orleans starting forward. 6 from Peyton Blanton as the freshman continues to play well, as she hit 3 2-point field goals, and the other 4 coming off the bench in the form of Sydney Moon, who had a basket in each quarter for a total of 4. Haley Powell, trying to defend Allie Stumler, got in early foul trouble. In fact, she went out at the 4.5-minute mark of the second quarter and did not return, so that's a good sign, as she'll be available to come back in and defend against Stumler. Jackie Gherkin started, did not score, nor did Brooklyn Knight, and then Maddie Jones and Jenna Whalen also playing off the bench for Jared Gilbert's squad did not tally. So 7 from Audrey Elrod, 6 from Peyton Blanton leading the way. As we mentioned, Haley with 2 fouls, and Brooklyn Knight also picked up 2. Nobody else for Orleans had more than 1. Lady Warriors led Orleans 11-6 after 1, but Orleans gets the better of things in quarter 2 with an 11-7 advantage, hence trailing by just 1 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard here at halftime, 18-17. Kevin Terrell will be along next. He'll take a look at our first half statistics as we continue our coverage of Lady Bulldog basketball right after this.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
This is Orleans sophomore guard Jacqueline Gherkin. Hear every dribble, pass, and shot of Lady Bulldogs basketball on the sports voice of the Valley, Q100.
Back at the doghouse on a cool November evening, but the action is hot in here as Christian Academy Lady Warriors have come up from New Albany and taken a 1-point lead over our Orleans Lady Bulldogs at the half, 18-17. Here are your first half numbers. For Christian Academy, who's looking for their 4th straight win in the series over Orleans, they shoot it well, 8 out of 15, 53% from 2-point range. That's mostly Allie Stumler's doing. 0 for 1 from 3, 8 of 16 total for 50% shooting. The line, not so good, 2 out of 6, that's just 33%. And they out-rebounded Orleans 18-11, so plus 7 there, 3 of the 18 on the offensive end. Their biggest problem has been turnovers. Christian Academy, against a variety of Orleans defenses, has turned it over 14 times. For Orleans, The shooting woes continue. 6 out of 18 from two-point range is 33%. 1 out of 9 from downtown for a paltry 11%. Overall, 7 for 27, 26%. 2 out of 4 from the line. They made half. Again, -7 on the rebounds. We had 11 total, 5 of those on the offensive end. What kept us in the game was our ability to take care of the ball. Just 8 turnovers for us compared to Christian Academy's 14. Put that together, you've got the Lady Warriors of Christian Academy of Indiana leading at 18-17 at the half. We'll be back for second half action in a moment. You're listening to WFLQ coverage of Orleans Lady Bulldog basketball.
She's a bad mama jamma.
Whether you work on cars as a hobby or do it for a living, it's nice to know there's AAA Auto and Truck Parts in Orleans. With over 175 years of combined experience, Rick Jones and his staff will help you find the right part at the right price. With a 1 million item inventory and limited free delivery, AAA Auto and Truck Parts can usually get what you need right away, like interstate and Deca batteries for the dependable starts all winter long. A wide array of chemicals, including fuel injection cleaners and air brake antifreeze, wiper blades, belts, hoses, and the list goes on. For the parts you need and the service you deserve, come to AAA Auto and Truck Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square or call 865-4444.
This is Orleans girls coach Jared Gilbert, thanking you, our fans, for your continued support of Lady Bulldog basketball all season long.
Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, home, farm, business, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern value since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792. Underway with the second half. Orleans with the basketball. They're in white. Christian Academy is in blue. Lady Bulldogs moving right to left here on your radio dial as we begin the third quarter. Orleans trailing by 1. They score on this possession. They get their first lead of the night. A lot of standing around here, Kevin, as Orleans trying to figure out the defense that Christian Academy's in.
Well, the indecision there to start the half. Christian Academy didn't change anything. They're just in their zone. They're matching up a bit in the areas.
That leaves Brooklyn Knight open. Her 3 from just to the left side of the arc, a little too strong. Rebound grabbed by Millar. Skip pass ahead to Kavanaugh, who misses the layup, but will be on the line twice.
Feel like after all that patience, you could have got a better look than a fired-up, contested 3, but that's the shot we got. Didn't hit it. And the long rebound on the tough three-pointer led to a run-out for Christian Academy. They'll go to the line twice.
Elrod with the personal foul. That's her first, the first by either team here in the third. As McKenna Kavanaugh now 1 of 3 at the line. Missed that one a little too strong. Second one up, and that clangs off the iron, and Haley Powell runs down the rebound. Boy, Christian Academy might have a little bit of an advantage if they could hit some foul shots, but they are just 2 of 8 right now.
Neither team's turkey going to taste very good on Thanksgiving the way this game's being played. It's been a little bit sloppy on either end. I feel like Orleans is actually outplaying Christian Academy overall, but our just frigid shooting has kept the Lady Warriors in front to this point.
Elrod out of the floor with Peyton Blanton, Brooklyn Knight, Jacqueline Gherkin, and Haley Powell. Jacqueline kicks it out high to Blanton. Little stutter step move down the lane. Missed the shot. Rebound pulled out of there by Millar. And she traveled with the basketball. Just got too big of a hurry. Orleans defenders were dogging her a little bit and forced her to drag her pivot foot as she tried to come to a stop. And the third consecutive possession for Orleans that they'll have in which to take their first lead of the night. But Knight lost the handle. Picked up by Christian Academy. They've got a 3-on-1. Skip pass off to Allie Stumler, who was trailing on the play. Allie hustling down there, taking the pass, laying it up and in for her 16th point of the contest, and it's back to a CAI 3-point lead with 2 minutes played, third quarter. Knight sends it on the wing to Powell. Haley down the lane, throws up the runner. Got it, count it, and a foul.
Well, that's a nice possession there as they get the ball to our biggest playmaker, who's able to score in traffic and gets contact and get it to go home. And with a free throw, if she can make it, Haley can tie the game.
That is the first basket of the game for Haley Powell. Free throw comes up short. Allie Stumler the rebound. That foul went on Abby Martin, her first. Stumler runs the floor, throws it ahead now to Martin on the left side. Kicks it on the wing now to Reed. Now down to the corner. Baseline shot by Martin would not go. The rebound pulled out of there by Audrey Elrod. 5:35 to go, third quarter. Another opportunity for the Lady Bulldogs to snag the lead. Here is Blanton out between the circles.
We need to attack the side that Stemler's not on. She's on the right side of our offense, so we need to take the ball to the opposite side of her. I think you have a better advantage there.
Nope, they go to Stumler's side for a Jackie Gherkin three, no good. Weak side rebound, lost by Elrod, picked up by Millar. She runs the floor, stops in the lane, kicks it off to Stumler for a three. That is good. Allie Stumler doing it all right now as she pops from the perimeter. She's got 19. She has now matched Orleans' point total by herself, and the lead grows to 4 for the Lady Warriors at 23-19. Gherkin right side in low to Powell, off her hands, but fortunately Christian Academy could not control. It's picked up by Elrod deep on the left wing. Back to Sydney Moon, who's in there.
Absolutely zero movement right now for Orleans on offense.
Everybody just standing around right now for Orleans. Here's Moon at the foul line, drives it down the lane, and out of control, managed to get it off to Elrod deep in the corner. Off to Blanton, back to Elrod.
Well, we're really struggling just to catch the ball, Mike. Every pass, every catch is an adventure.
Down the lane goes Haley Powell, and again gets bailed out as another Christian Academy of foul. And this one will go on Millar. That'll be her first. And Haley up there a few moments ago to try to complete a traditional three-point play, unsuccessful. Orleans doing better at the line, but still not great. 2 out of 5 and make it 2 out of 6 as Haley could not get the first foul shot to go. Nearing the halfway point of the third quarter. Orleans has never led in this one. We've been tied once at 6. That one is short, and the rebound pulled out of there now by Reed. Reed up the floor, slows down, waits for Stumler, who takes it at the top of the key, hooks it over to Millar. Left side to Martin, whose 18-footer is no good. Rebound battle for. Good job by Stumler to save it into Martin, who missed it, got it back, and now gets tied up. Good job by Haley Powell to stuff Abby Martin and avoid picking up the personal foul, although the Lady Warriors will keep possession. Martin looks to trigger it in low to Stumler, double team, takes one dribble, puts it up, no good. They're going to get Haley on the foul, and that'll be 3.
Really nice footwork there by Stumler, who had to do a middle drop step to pirouette and get herself squared around. She did so, and because of it, and because she caught the ball well and went strong, she'll earn 2 trips to the line.
First of which is around and good. So now Allie Stumler has outscored Orleans by herself. That's her 20th point, so she's at her average midway through the third quarter. And a chance to stretch Christian Academy's lead up to 6. It is no good. The rebound run down by Sydney Moon. 24-19 Christian Academy. Good pass ahead to Audrey Elrod, whose layup spins off the front of the rim. Picked up by Stumler. She'll take it back herself. Slows it down. May have gotten away with a palm. They didn't call it. Martin with a baseline jumper.
Look out!
Go. Here's Sydney Moon. He's got Elrod down court. Stops, puts it up, blocked away, got it back, missed it again. Here is Maddie Jones with it to Peyton Blanton, who takes it down the lane. It wouldn't go. Rebound batted around like a pinball, and finally Jackie Gherkin comes out of there with it for Orleans. Beats it in low now to Jones.
Make a shot.
Moon, around to Gherkin. Jackie's 3. Nope. And the rebound tapped long, picked up by Millar. She'll take it back the other way into the lane, pulls up for a 10-footer, may have had it partially blocked, and Kavanaugh tried to save it, although I'm pretty sure it would have been Christian Academy's ball because I think an Orleans player got a piece of it on the deflection, but I guess you don't think about that. You just try to make sure you get the ball back.
Or maybe she was down there and didn't think it was blocked. Maybe it was just an air ball. Not sure. Either way, Orleans gets it, and we'll take it.
5 minutes of the quarter, Orleans only has 2 points to their credit. Jenna Whalen on the right side back in there. High post to Jones to Peyton Blanton. Good look at that three, and she buries it.
Peyton got her feet set, got her high arc, had plenty of time and space to get it off, and especially the pass was good to her, and she caught the ball cleanly, and that led to a made shot opportunity. She knocked it home, and somehow, some way, through all of everything that's going wrong, Orleans is within 2.
Trying to change that with a 3 was Millar. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Long-range shot missed by Kelsey Reed. Here comes Orleans, a chance to tie. Blanton up the right side, slows it down.
Good pass.
In low to Elrod. There's the layup, and we are tied up.
Did you see that, Mike? She threw that left-handed. That was an exceptional pass by the youngster Blanton, who was looking toward the middle of the floor and threw it back across her body with her offhand. The freshman getting it done, and Orleans has finally tied it.
And they'll force a held ball here, and the Lady Bulldogs will get it, so that'll go as a turnover. Indeed, the future looks very bright for this Lady Bulldog team.
Well, that's the way young kids play with talent. Sometimes they make plays in spurts. She made a 3. Then she made maybe the pass of the year for Orleans right there.
Yep.
And then she turned it over. No, she didn't. They got through there. How about that?
By Audrey Elrod, as somehow Blanton tried to thread the needle. Should have been stolen, but it wasn't. Somehow Christian Academy just missed the ball, and Orleans takes the lead. But changing it right back, though, is McKenna Cavanaugh with a 3 from the left wing, so the lead short-lived as Christian Academy back up by 1. High post Jones going to be called for a traveling violation.
It looked a pretty good move to me, Ron Grimes, with the quick whistle.
But again, I've seen those 5 or 6 times tonight, and that's like the second one that's been called. So, I don't know. You just want consistency. That's all coaches look for. Minute 15 to go here in the third. Ball batted away, stolen by Elrod. She's on a break to the other end, and it's blocked away and out of bounds as Allie Stumler able to recover and swat that one away.
Like to see Audrey stop on 2 feet there, knowing that she was being pursued by the 6-foot athletic Stumler, and they kind of jump into her, would have drawn the foul. Didn't do it, though, and Stumler makes the shot block.
On the wing, Maddie Jones open for a jumper. It's the front of the rim. She got, well, do we have a foul or no? I guess Cavanaugh just tripped under her own power there, and the ball knocked out of bounds. I thought Christian Academy the last to touch it, but they'll give it to the Lady Warriors. Leading by 1 with a minute to go, third quarter. Down to the corner, here's Martin, drives it into the lane, puts it up, missed it badly as her shot altered. Martin tried to save it, could not, and it's out of bounds back over to Orleans.
May have been altered by an Orleans foul. Looked like a lot of contact there. Jenna Whalen may have delivered a big hammer on her, but no call, and Orleans can take the lead. They can produce a bucket here at the end of the half.
Here is Moon. Kicks it off now to Whalen, left wing. Jenna comes back off to Sydney Moon, down the corner to Elrod. Audrey splits the defense, takes it down the lane, scoops it up, no good, but draws the foul. I think they're going to say it's a non-shooting foul, and it will go on Kerberg. That'll be her second, and the third now on Christian Academy.
All right, this is good. A chance to execute an inbounds underneath play, get your people set, and get a good look at it.
Oh, and doing it exactly was Audrey Elrod, who closed out underneath and got the pass and laid it up and in.
Good execution. That's what you wanted. Wanted an easy bucket off a set piece. Coach Gilbert saw the zone, called the perfect play, got himself the layup, and the Dogs have taken a 1-point lead here with 20 seconds to go in the third quarter.
What was most impressive was the way Audrey was able to seal off there to take the pass, and no defender could get in there.
And finished it left-handed, too, which was also nice.
And also 13 now for Audrey Elrod. Christian Academy, let's see if they play for the final shot. They work it into Stumler. A little fall away is a beauty. My goodness, what a move by Allie Stumler, falling away. Christian Academy now by 1. 3 seconds to go. Moon to Whalen. Gets off the shot, and it just spins out as we end the third quarter. We've got a dandy here at the Doghouse through 3 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. Christian Academy leading Orleans by 1, 29-28 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. Back with the fourth quarter in a moment. This is Orleans girls basketball.
This year, we will lose more people to colon cancer than to breast cancer or prostate cancer. But colon cancer can be prevented. A colonoscopy is the best test to detect and remove precancerous polyps. Screening helps save lives. If you are age 50 or older, talk to your doctor and get your colonoscopy scheduled at IU Health Paoli Hospital. Colon cancer can be prevented. Commit to health and get checked.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldogs sports.
This is Orleans senior forward Jenna Whalen, and you're listening to Lady Bulldogs basketball on Q100.
Kevin Carroll and our statistician, McKenna Purley, Mike Hamilton at the Doghouse, where Orleans trailed, by one going into the fourth quarter. That is until the Lady Warriors get a second chance opportunity to Abby Martin, who hits the short jumper, and then down the lane, it looked like Blanton got bumped by Stumler, no call, and Christian Academy comes out of there with it. Orleans managed to grab the lead twice. We've had 2 ties and 4 lead changes, as that might have been a travel that Christian Academy got away with. And then as Stumler tries a baseline 5-footer, overshot the goal completely, and Jones and Martin tie one another up, and the arrow's pointing towards Orleans. Leading scorers through 3, Allie Stumler has 22 for the Lady Warriors, while Audrey Elrod has 13, Peyton Blanton 9 to pace the Orleans attack. Blanton in there along with Sydney Moon, Maddie Jones, Haley Powell is back in there with 3 fouls, and Audrey Elrod.
Boy, there's a ton of room in this left corner. If we would just overload this side, attack the left side away from Stumler, you get a wide open shot.
Feeds it into the paint to Sydney Moon. Weak side pass off to Haley Powell, who got stuffed by Stumler. Back the other way, here is Millar. Gets it off now to Kerberg, and she gets bumped and fouled by Peyton Blanton.
I think that's bad tactics on our part. We continue to go to the same side of Stumler. She is by far their best defender. She's 6 foot tall. She's athletic. She's got long arms. And for us to score in there or score anywhere in the half court, I think we need to be attacking the left side of the zone where she's not at. I think you've got an advantage on all 4 positions besides her, but she is just such a factor on both ends, especially on the offensive end, but defensively too. I think you need to try to go away from her at all times.
That was Blanton's second foul, 3rd on the team. She comes out, Jackie Gherkin back in.
Box and 1 by Orleans there on Stumler.
They swing it around the perimeter to Kerberg, back over to Millar, weak side to Kavanaugh. Her 3 is off the back of the rim. Rebound, Martin back up, no good. As another offensive rebound for the Lady Warriors will lead to free throws, and Jackie Gherkin gets nailed on this foul. That'll be her first of the night.
So difficult to rebound out of those combination zones. You're outnumbered. Along the baseline, you're just gambling that the ball can get to you, or you can athletically just jump and make a play. It's tough. As long as we play this combo, this junk defense, it's going to be tough to rebound. They feel like they have to do it against Stumler, though.
Christian Academy can't buy a free throw, although as soon as I say that, Abby Martin hits the second of 2. They are just 4 out of 12 at the stripe. But they do lead by 4, 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. As Orleans in possession, left wing, Maddie Jones.
Go to the corner, kids. You got somebody wide open. There it is.
There's Jackie in low to Powell. Turns, backs one off the glass and in.
Got to continue to go to that side. And in the very least, it makes Stumler have to rotate much further. And it's a much easier pass to get it into. Everything else is good about that. Just go to the left side and attack where Christian Academy's zone is weakest.
Kerberg trying to save the ball on the sideline. Definitely moved her pivot foot. Jared Gilbert really upset. Here's a 3 try that is no good. Ball tapped around. As Kerberg missed the 3 there, Stumler could not corral the rebound before it went out of bounds. Reed back in for Martin now.
Coach Gilbert facing the frustration we've all felt when we try to reason with Dave Pilar. There is no reasoning.
You just keep sensing here, Kevin, that Orleans is at some point going to hit a run and just really take charge of this game, but with 5:10 to go, they still have really yet to do that.
Well, again, we're attacking the right side. Tough to score over here. You end up shooting an air ball. Tactically, we got to go to the left. I'm telling you, we'll win the game if we can pound the left side of this defense, and we'll lose it, I think, if we continue to go to the right side with our best defenders playing.
Here is Kavanaugh to Millar. Works it around now to Stumler. Alley circling the perimeter. Had her pocket picked by Brooklyn Knight. Brooklyn takes it all the way in, scoops it up, and got the roll. What a move by Brooklyn Knight to get the steal on one end and the basket over Allie Stumler on the other, and we are tied now at 32 with 4.5 minutes remaining.
Shot it right-handed underneath her, cut it up early before Stumler was prepared for it.
May have been another travel. Here is Reed with a three, short, saved by Stumler, but right into Powell. Ahead now to Audrey Elrod, who takes it all the way in, missed the shot, and the rebound knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say it is off of Jackie Gherkin and will belong to Christian Academy. And Orleans didn't like it, but I also thought Jackie may have gotten away with an over-the-back foul.
I think you're right on both counts. I think it was off of Christian Academy, should have been, but it also should have been the foul on Orleans. Dave Pillar and Ron Grimes say, let's just play on and give the Lady Warriors the basketball.
But before we play on, a timeout called by CAI. 4:15 left in this one on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. We're deadlocked at 32 here at the Doghouse. Back with more Orleans girls basketball in just a moment.
All Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
This is Orleans Junior Center Maddie Jones. Don't miss a second of the action of Lady Bulldogs basketball by keeping it tuned here to Q100.
Orleans still trying to shake the shooting doldrums, just 29% through three quarters, 12 out of 42. Christian Academy has taken 14 fewer shots, but they actually have hit the same number of field goals. All right, 4:15 to go. Orleans trying to steal the inbounds pass, can't do it. Here comes Millar taking it in on Gherkin, and she traveled with the basketball. Yep. That was caused by Audrey Elrod stepping into the passing lane and forcing Millar to try to alter her pass, and in so doing, walked with the basketball.
20th turnover on Christian Academy, so here we go again with 4 minutes to go in the game. Chance to take the lead again. We're over there forcing the ball to the right side. You're asking for trouble.
Audrey Elrod's had a solid night. Over to Jackie Gherkin, deep on the right side. Turns on Kavanaugh, throws it up top now to Brooklyn Knight.
Let's reverse the ball and get it over here, girls. Come on.
Knight drives it right, clears it away to Haley Powell. Almost lost it, and she did. She muffed the ball, and when she went to recover it, she dribbled it on the sideline.
We're really struggling just catching the ball. That's one of the things we're going to have to improve on.
Off the inbounds, down the lane goes Reed. Beats it in low, intended for Stumler, knocked away. Picked up by Millar, who got there a split second ahead of Audrey Elrod. And a train wreck there, and Audrey's going to pick up the foul. That'll be her second, and the fifth now on Orleans. Off the inbounds, it comes into Reed, whose three is well short. Rebound to Peyton Blanton.
Any shot that Stumler doesn't take is a good shot for Orleans. He was wide open, but we dared her to shoot it. Couldn't do it. Once again, here we are with a chance to take the lead.
Well, we're 4:45 into the fourth quarter, Kevin, and Stumler's only taken one shot, so they've kind of...
The box and one has helped a little bit, no question.
Well, they are converging in on her. So again, as we hit the 3-minute mark of regulation, Orleans a chance to take the lead. Elrod at the foul line, turns around, gives it up to Blanton, drives, puts up the little floater, missed it. Rebound fought for, and out of there with it comes Reed now for Christian Academy.
That was a better look again. Getting action on the left side of the floor where out their defender is. Peyton made a nice move, just couldn't convert it.
There is Millar, kicks it off now to Reed. Just daring her to shoot. She drives in, can't get the shot off. clears it away to Millar, around to Kavanaugh. She's not shy about the three. It's no good. Ball tapped around. Gherkin out of there with it now for Orleans. Nearly a bad pass made by Haley Powell. She got bailed out as Martin almost had the steal on that careless pass in the Christian Academy front court.
Well, the switch to the box and one has dried up Christian Academy's offense, no question, and it's also wearing out Stumler, who's running a mile a minute, trying to free herself and get open. They don't have anybody else who can step up. It's just going to be a matter of, can we produce maybe 2 more baskets and get out of here with a big second win of the year?
Here's Knight out along the perimeter. It's that zone that Christian Academy's been all night. As we hit the 2-minute mark, and now Jared Gilbert is going to spend a timeout, and it will be of the full variety. Timeout on the floor with 2 minutes exactly remaining in the fourth quarter. We're deadlocked at 32 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. We'll continue with more Orleans girls basketball right after this.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
This is Orleans sophomore center Sydney Owens. Don't miss a second of the action of Lady Bulldogs basketball, but keep it tuned here to Q100.
From the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Sky Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Lady Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. Out of the Orleans timeout, Lady Bulldogs will inbound in the front court. It comes in now to Jackie Gherkin. Down to 1:55 left, deadlocked at 32 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. They're working on the high post to Powell. Haley turns and threw the foul. Boy, quick move to the bucket that time with her back to the basket, just wheeled around and put it up, and the foul call will go on Kelsey Reed. That is her first, and Haley will have a chance to untie this with a pair at the foul line, the first of which is good. Good to see that, because Haley had missed her first three from the strike.
Good set piece by Coach Gilbert on the timeout. Run a little stack set, screen the bottom of the zone, get Powell rolling to the bucket, catch the ball about 8 feet or so, right in dead center of the lane. She spun in and threw her shoulder in against contact, earned a trip to the line. Now with Orleans with the lead, you'd like to make this, you can set your defense.
Haley eyes it, flies it, missed it, rebound to Stumler. 1 point Orleans lead, 1:44 to go.
Got to stop the ball.
Dribbles around Blanton, pulls up at the foul line, and lost the handle, stolen away by Sydney Moon. Good defense by the Lady Dogs to make Stumler commit, and she ends up throwing it away. Now Orleans have been in the driver's seat with 1:27 to go here in regulation, leading by 1 at 33-32. We've had 3 ties and 5 lead changes, and now Jared Gilbert will discuss some strategy here. He'll take a 30, so we'll keep it here with 1:21 remaining, and the Orleans lead on the Busick Insurance scoreboard, a single point at 33-32. Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, home, farm, business, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern values since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792. And while we've certainly enjoyed covering the Lady Bulldogs and Lady Blackhawks here over these last couple to 3 weeks, we will see the debut of the Spring Valley boys tomorrow night up at the Hive in Mitchell, part of that girls-boys varsity doubleheader. The girls' action starts at 6 and the boys around 7:45. Here's Blanton out of the timeout, all the way to the goal, puts it up, missed it. Rebound tapped around, picked up by Millar. She may have traveled again, and now we've got a whistle and a timeout called by Christian Academy. So The chess match continues here with 67 ticks of the clock remaining in the fourth quarter here at the Doghouse. Orleans by 1 on the Basic Insurance scoreboard. Back with more Lady Bulldog basketball after this timeout.
Colon cancer. It's called the silent killer because it usually has no outward symptoms until it's too late. A colonoscopy is the best way to detect and remove precancerous polyps. Screening helps save lives. If you are age 50 or older, talk to your doctor and get your colonoscopy scheduled at IU Health Paley Hospital. Colon cancer can be prevented. Commit to health and get checked.
Barnburner here at the Doghouse. Lady Dogs trying to hang on here and pick up their second win of the year, trying to send Christian Academy down to their fourth loss in 5 games. But with 1:07 left, Orleans will have to come up with a defensive stop here as Martin gets it in now to Millar, who gets tied up, but the arrow is pointing Christian Academy's way. So a tough break there. Tell you what, this Orleans defense has improved dramatically, Kevin, since the beginning of the game.
Box and one switch as they started chasing Stumler has been the real key to it. Audrey Elrod's been your chaser, and she has shut down Stumler in this last 10 minutes or so.
Boy, Orleans wanting a palming on Allie Stumler, didn't get it. 55 seconds to go as Reed works it right side of Kavanaugh. 3 on the way, off the back of the rim, and the rebound run down by Sydney Moon, and she is fouled immediately by Allie Stumler, who will only pick up her second foul, and it's also just the 5th team foul on Christian Academy, so it'll be out of bounds to Orleans.
Got to figure out how to get the ball in bounds a couple times without turning it over. And then you're going to have to make free throws if you want to have a chance to win. First things first, though, you got to get the ball in bounds against the high pressure of Christian Academy in the backcourt.
And it's thrown in at midcourt to Haley Powell.
All right, got to be smart here. Got to be smart here.
Won't challenge Stumler. Says goes down to the corner now to Audrey Elrod with 38 seconds to go. Mike Baird saying get out and commit the foul. And finally, Abby Martin does. That'll be her second. So that's 16 fouls. The next one will put Orleans into the bonus now with 37 seconds remaining.
These inbound situations are harrowing for a coach. They're always scary to get the ball in, and they just turn it over.
Yep, over and back. As Blanton caught it, and her entire body was in the front court, and she was off balance, stumbled into the back court. Now, had she jumped left front court to go into the back court, that's a new rule that is allowable. It didn't used to be, but it is now. But that wasn't the case as Peyton caught that completely in the front court and then stepped back across into the back court. So a 30-second timeout here with 35 and 9/10 seconds left in regulation. Right now the difference in this game, a free throw by Haley Powell that has given the Lady Bulldogs a 33-32 advantage, but the Lady Warriors will have the basketball at midcourt.
Okay, you have a foul to give. That's what you got to know, number one. If Stumler beats you, just go ahead and reach in, knock her down, or at least, make sure you foul her before she gets in the act of shooting and make them take it out again. Number two, try not to get Stumler the ball if at all can. And number three, you have to make sure you rebound the backboard. If they miss a shot, you can't give up a second shot, and that's what I'd be scared about if I was Orleans.
And there's a tip pass. Stumler trying to do it all right now, but Orleans defending her well. 29 seconds to go from quarter court. Martin gets it in now to Reed. Stops, feeds it in low to Martin. To Kavanaugh. Off now to Reed. Looking for Stumler. Now they post up. Martin puts it up around. It would not go. Rebound. Stumler back up. No good, but a foul.
That's just what I mentioned. The second shot, Stumler, give her credit. She continued to move throughout the entire possession, including on the post move. that Martin took. It was a nice move by Martin. She almost made it, but that's the shot Orleans can live with. But Stumler flying in, gets the offensive rebound. She can put Christian Academy into the lead if she can make two, but she cannot if she misses the first.
So the best she can do is tie it up. 22-point night for Allie Stumler, but she has not scored in the fourth quarter. That foul on Sydney Moon, her first. Each team now with 6 team fouls. 17 seconds left. Stumler will try to tie it with a free throw here. It is on its way. It is around. It is good. Hung on the front of the rim and dropped through. 23 now for Stumler, and our fourth tie. And now Orleans not calling timeout. They've got a chance to win it. And now Jared Gilbert does indeed take a timeout to discuss the final strategy. It'll be a full timeout, so we've got 12 and 7/10 seconds. Orleans, when we come back, a chance to win this one over Christian Academy, tied at 33 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. We'll return right after this.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
That's only one. 12 and 7/10 seconds left in regulation. Deadlocked at 33. Orleans will have the basketball at midcourt across the way. And we'll see what Jared Gilbert has drawn up to try to get the winning basket here for the Lady Bulldogs. Comes into Jackie Gherkin, out between the circles.
Gotta go.
Now to Peyton Blanton with 7. Over it comes to Jackie with 6, with 5. Around to Brooklyn Knight with 2, with 1. Baseline Gherkin for the win! She got it! And Orleans wins! Oh, Jackie Gherkin, the hero, as she is mobbed by her teammates. Her baseline 12-footer at the buzzer makes Orleans a winner here tonight. What a contest we had. It came down to one possession, and it's the Lady Lady Bulldogs that will come away with the victory in dramatic fashion here tonight. They worked it around, and finally, with the clock running out, found Jackie down to the right corner, and she swished home the baseline jumper, and Orleans snaps a 2-game winning streak as they improve to 2-2 here on the home floor. And as Kevin Terrell said earlier, that should make that turkey taste a whole lot better.
Yeah, Thanksgiving dinner at the Gilbert house was about to be miserable. They were about to have just, I don't know, yams and maybe some sort of other strange meat, not even have turkey, but they're able to have it now. All the fixings, all the dressing, all be right there for the Gilbert household as they get a nice, much-needed win here at their home floor.
Her only points of the game, Jackie Gherkin, the hero tonight. Her buzzer beater from the right corner wins it for Orleans tonight. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening on the Busick Insurance scoreboard, the Orleans Lady Bulldogs 35 and the Christian Academy of Indiana Lady Warriors 33. You're listening to Orleans Girls Basketball.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
Whether you work on cars as a hobby or do it for a living, it's nice to know there's AAA Auto and Truck Parts in Orleans. With over 175 years of combined experience, Rick Jones and his staff will help you find the right part at the right price. With a 1 million item inventory and limited free delivery, AAA Auto and Truck Parts can usually get what you need right away, like interstate and DECA batteries for the dependable starts all winter long. A wide array of chemicals, including fuel injection cleaners and air brake antifreeze, wiper blades, belts, hoses, and the list goes on. For the parts you need and the service you deserve, come to AAA Auto and Truck Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square or call 865-4444.
This year, we will lose more people to colon cancer than to breast cancer or prostate cancer. But colon cancer can be prevented. A colonoscopy is the best test to detect and remove precancerous polyps. Screening helps save lives. If you are age 50 or older, talk to your doctor and get your colonoscopy scheduled at IU Health Paoli Hospital. Colon cancer can be prevented. Commit to health and get checked.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
This is Orleans junior forward Sydney Moon. Your power station for Lady Bulldog Sports is Q100, WFLQ.
Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Orleans Girls Basketball.
The home of the Dome, the Bird, and IU Sports. Q100, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell back at Orleans High School, where Jackie Gherkin's baseline 12-footer as time expired, making the Lady Bulldogs a winner tonight as they edge Christian Academy by a final count of 35-33. I'm sure as we will talk to Jared Gilbert here in just a little bit, Kevin, probably not one of the better efforts as a team, but sometimes it's not about that, it's the results, and this one will go down in the win column.
If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. You don't have to paint a Picasso for it to be proud to hang it on your living room wall, and that's the way it is tonight. This one was ugly. It was not attractive in any way, shape, or form, but you know what? We love it all just the same, and we'll accept it heartily. We needed a win. We needed one bad. The guys needed that for their own confidence and their own state of mind. The coaches needed one for their own sanity. They would have been looking at, you know, a number 2 meal at McDonald's on Thursday for Thanksgiving, and they're not been able to pull this out. But as it is, they'll get to enjoy the fine festivities of Thanksgiving, and certainly needed that as it makes your practices better, makes everything seem worthwhile when you can finally figure out a way to come up with a win and your home floor. You know, the Dogs have been struggling to score. They continue to struggle to score tonight. Once again, we shoot it, you know, at a very, very poorly. But when they absolutely had to have a basket, at the very end of the game when it was winning time, Gherkin able to rise up and make a jumper off a nice little set play against the zone. We screened inside right there. That was the nice part of that. We screened Stumbler so she couldn't get out to her. That was well designed by the coaching staff that gave Gherkin a chance to fumble the ball a little bit and then finally have time to gather herself, rise up, make the jumper, and we all go home happy.
Well, let's take a look at the scoring for Christian Academy. They're now 1-4 on the year. They literally are road warriors because all 5 of their games here have been on the road. They'll finally play their first home game on Saturday when Borden comes to town. What a night for Allie Stumbler. 23 points in the contest tonight on 9 field goals, and make that 10 field goals and 2 out of 4 at the free throw line. So Stumbler, the real deal, certainly tonight, although she only scored 1 point in that fourth quarter and shutting her down key to this Orleans victory. 6 points out of Abby Martin and 4 points from McKenna Cavanaugh. That was it. Only those 3 scored for Christian Academy as Mike Baird used just 7 players. Kelsey Reed started, did not tally. Same with Mackenzie Millar, and then Emma Wise and Kendall Kerber were the only ones to come off the bench for Christian Academy. For Orleans tonight, it was Audrey Elrod leading the way, as she had 13, 5 field goals, one of those a three-pointer, and canned both of her foul shots. Peyton Blanton, again, very consistent running the point. She scores 9. She had a third-quarter three-pointer among her field goals. Haley Powell, saddled with foul trouble, having to guard the talented Allie Stumler, picked up 5. 4 off the bench from Sydney Moon, 2 from Brooklyn Knight, and Jackie Gherkin, her only 2 points of the contest, coming at the end of the contest. Maddie Jones, Jenna Whalen also got into the contest tonight for Orleans, but did not score. So Audrey with 13, Peyton with 9, leading the way. Christian Academy led 11-6 at the end of the first quarter, 18-17. At halftime, it was still a 1-point Lady Warrior lead after 3 at 29-28. But in the end, it is Orleans that prevails as Jackie Gherkin nails a baseline jumper at the buzzer to make Orleans a winner. Well, let's bring in Jared Gilbert. And, Coach, I'm not sure if you expected the way this would end here tonight. And as Kevin Terrell always likes to say, you don't have to paint a Picasso to be able to hang a painting on the living room wall.
Well, it was a exciting game. I thought we battled back pretty good against a great player tonight. She was every bit as good as we thought she was, and even better tonight. And we threw everything we had at her and tried some different stuff, and she had an answer for about everything. And I thought we limited those the second half, which was a big key. And Audrey just battled her, and we really even keyed on her more than what we were going into the game second half, and try to limit her touches. And I thought we did a good job and fought back, gave ourselves a chance to win the game, and were able to hit a big shot there.
Well, indeed, on a night when the shots really weren't falling, you had to rely on your defense.
Yeah, we knew that would be the only way we'd get back in it. We had to get stops and try to find some points here and there, and we were able to do that at some key times. I thought Peyton stepped up and played big again for us, made some shots early, kind of keeping us in the game, and then, of course, just kind of all around, just everybody kind of chipped in here and there, and Haley came back the second half after being in foul trouble and played well as well the second half, and was more aggressive getting to the basket. So it was definitely a team effort and a great win for us.
Well, watching you guys shoot the ball is kind of like going to Dr. Miskiff there in Bedford, going to the dentist office, getting a root canal. But I actually thought that your overall play on offense was actually not too bad. I thought you passed the ball, for the most part pretty well. I thought you had good movement, you had a good attack plan. You got, for the most part, I thought pretty good shots. But, man, we just continue and continue and continue night after night after night after night. They struggle to shoot the ball. At some point, when these kids start shooting the ball better, it's going to make things, really flow, because once you can make some shots, then you can set your defense that helps you on both ends. But, man, it's going to be tough down there watching shots just clang off the rim.
Yeah, and they're good shots, and people, we want to shoot them. And they shoot the ball a lot better than that in practice, and we just got to carry over to the game. And like I told them, we just got to keep getting in the gym and shooting. You got to kind of shoot your way out of it as a team right now. We just have to do that. And, I know it's, sometimes it doesn't look pretty, and sometimes, it's rough watching it. But, I believe in our girls, and I know we're better shooters than what we've shown so far this year.
You'll know this name. I wrote down there, shooting like Jamie Cummings out there. You'll know that name, and Jamie, if he's listening, he'll know what I'm talking about. Sorry, dude, but that's just how I saw it. But again, I thought the overall play of the game offensively was was pretty good. I was yelling one thing. I wanted you to go to the left side of the floor some just to get away from Stumler, because I thought she was affecting some shots here at the bottom of the zone. I also thought you guys just struggled to catch the ball.
We did,
and I think that affects your shooting because you're fumbling the ball all the time. Even on the last shot, when Gherkin's able to hit it, she actually bobbled the ball.
Right.
What was different there was a really good play design by you guys as you screened.
Right.
You screened Stumler so she couldn't get out there to contest it.
We something we'd work on every day in practice at the beginning. We work on just catching the basketball, passing and catching it. And so, it's just something we got to continue to work on, and that definitely affects our shooting for sure when you don't catch it cleanly. So, we got to be better with catching passes and better passes, and for whatever reason tonight it was even worse, and we struggled.
I thought against Bloomfield, I thought your passing was somewhat poor. You had a lot of inaccuracy. I thought the passing was better tonight, but you still didn't catch it well.
Right.
We had a lot of bobbles in there, a lot of near fumbles, and some drops there that affected the timing and rhythm of the shot itself.
And that's one thing we worked on, Saturday, just attacking that. We knew we were going to see a zone, and we wanted to play more aggressively towards that than we did the other night at Bloomfield. And I thought for the most part we did. And like you said, at times we had to get slow to us. We just weren't making shots.
Now, the key to the game, obviously, was the defensive move. You guys going box and one, putting Elrod on Stumler. You held her to 1 point after that. Gave up some second shots out of that stuff, which you're going to when you play the junk, but for the most part it didn't hurt you because none of the other people could convert.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's something we thought we had to try after the first half she had. We were trying different stuff to start the game, and we kind of got lost her a couple times, and so we thought that was our best chance, and luckily we were pretty successful with it, and something that hopefully we can get better at as the year goes on.
Coach, Haley Powell, a couple of big games, Northeast DuBois, the most recent, I think, and Shoals, she had 21. Nice night on Friday night for Jackie Gherkin. Tonight, Audrey Elrod's turn. It's got to be nice to have different kids stepping up for you.
It does, and we feel like we got a nice bench that can come off and give us minutes night in and night out as well. And we've had a lot of different scores, and if we ever kind of get everybody on the same page in the same night, I think it will be hard to beat. It's just we have had different individuals step up, and that's great. And if we know we're capable to put 4 or 5 out there on the floor that can score, and if we ever get it clicking where everybody's on the same page, I think we'll be a team that will be hard to beat.
Coach, where are you going to Thanksgiving at Thursday?
I'll be going to my in-laws. So.
Going to the in-laws, so it's not Mama Gilbert.
Well, we already celebrated with Mama Gilbert.
Okay, because I was saying if you guys had lost that game, that you guys probably would have just got the number 2 meal at McDonald's, and that would have been all she'd have made. But you're just going to the in-laws, so the turkey will taste better.
And we'll be down at the Gilberts on Sunday, so it'll be a little later.
Double dose of Thanksgiving, you might say.
Right, exactly.
All right. The stretch of 4 games in 7 days over with. You split the 4, the win on Shoals last Tuesday, the losses to Bloomfield and Northeast DuBois, but good to come back and get this one here tonight.
It was a much-needed win for us, confidence-wise. It's not going to get any easier. We come back after Thanksgiving and play a really good Lagodi and Salem team right off the bat, so then we go into conference play. So it doesn't get any easier, but hopefully we'll get playing our best here coming up right before conference, and we'll get better as the year goes on before section.
All right, you'll give them at least 24 hours to celebrate this one, right?
That's right, for sure.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the win, and I believe we will next have you against Paoli first week in December.
All right, and I want to say, I know my kids are listening, so I want to say hi to Lola, Carson, and Owen. I know they're in the car listening. So
all right.
Well, go home and go to bed. What are you doing? It's school night. It's 9:15. Get to bed.
All righty. And that is Jared Gilbert, the head coach of the Orleans Lady Bulldogs, joining us after the contest tonight. Orleans wins it tonight as Jackie Gherkin pops home a baseline jumper as time runs out for the victory. Let's bring in a couple of the young ladies that were instrumental in the victory tonight. First, junior Audrey Elrod, who led the team with 13 points, and nice to finally taste victory. I know you guys were disappointed, Audrey, with your games against Northeast DuBois in Bloomfield, but able to come back and just talk about this ball game and what you guys did to be able to pull out the win.
We definitely wanted a win to go into Thanksgiving break, and we didn't want to sit on a loss for a week. And we thought it would make practice so much easier over break, and we definitely was glad to get a win at home.
This game seemed kind of weird because you stayed with them. They never ran away from you, but you could never really take command. Just talk a little bit about the ebb and flow of this game.
Their defense was just really good, and we just had to keep staying on number 3, and we just knew that if we could shut her down in the second half, that we could win this ball game.
You guys opted to go finally to a box and one defense after playing a lot of variety of other things early in the game, and you drew the assignment of having to chase Stumbler all the way around the court. What was that like? Did you volunteer for that job, or did the coaching staff just choose you?
They chose me. I knew it was going to be a tough job. She's got 6 inches on me, but she's definitely a great athlete, and I was wore out by the end
Did you ever just talk to her and say, hey, why don't you just stop moving for a little bit? I'm tired. Did you ever just try that?
I wanted to.
Yeah, I understand. That's tough duty. People don't understand it. Yes, it wears out the person that's being chased, but it also wears out the chaser, and it did affect your offense a little bit as your most of your points came early in the game to kind of keep everybody alive. But once you had that defensive assignment, that had to take a lot of energy out of you.
Definitely, Coach Gilbert gave that assignment to me in the locker room at halftime, and I just knew that to win this ball game, I had to get that done and keep her off the board. Now,
you mentioned that you guys didn't want to sit on this game a week, and that's definitely true. I talked all night long about how good the turkey would taste if you won, and how it would not taste very well, or if you even got turkey, if you managed to lose. But especially, and you called that right, having to put up with 3 grumpy Gilberts for an entire week. I mean, that had to be, just the thought of that just had to be sickening to you guys as you talked about it to yourselves.
Definitely. Glad to get this win.
Audrey, what was some of the keys to the offense? You hit a 3-pointer tonight. You had a couple of post-up moves. You had a couple of driving layups. Just trying to be as versatile as possible with your game.
Yeah, when I shot my 3 and made it, that's what really got me going, and I think it got everyone else going too. Haley came in the game and had a bunch of points, and Jacqueline had that winning shot.
You almost didn't get that off in time. You guys were kind of messing around, but yeah. Nobody on the team was worried, just the fans, right? Alrighty.
I knew she had it.
Alrighty. Well, certainly a big win here, and as Coach Gilbert talked about, the schedule gets pretty tough. A lot of good teams coming up here on the horizon, so hopefully this will help the team's confidence.
Definitely.
Alrighty. Congratulations on the win. Nice job tonight. Keep up the good work.
Thanks for having me.
Alrighty. Audrey Elrod, game high, or I should say team high, 13 points here tonight, including a 3-pointer among her 5 baskets, hit both of her foul shots as well, as Orleans wins it here tonight, 35-33 over Christian Academy. Sophomore Jacqueline Gherkin joins us now, the hero of the contest. And Jacqueline, first of all, congratulations. Take us through, start with the huddle. What did Coach Gilbert design in the huddle as far as what you guys were going to do to try to take that winning shot?
He just drew up on the board one of our plays for it could either go out to the 3-point line or in the lane for Haley. And Coach Mike, he told me that he knew I had it, and I said, okay, I got it. And as I was running through, and I looked up at the clock and it said 2 seconds, I was like, oh my, if they pass it to me, I got to get it up quick.
All right. So you were aware of how much time was left and what was going on, and did instincts just kind of kick in there and boom, run out to the corner, try to get open, so if the ball comes to me, boom, I can pop it?
Yeah.
Was that good all the way? I mean, from the minute it left your hand, did you know you had it?
I was a little nervous it was going to be short, but it went up through the rim. Good.
Is that your first ever game-winning shot at the horn like that? I know it's going to be at the varsity level. Had you ever done it like in middle school or
I don't think
or
so.
elementary school, travel basketball or anything? First one, that's one you're going to remember forever. And couldn't pick a better place to do it. You guys desperate in need of a win in a 2-game losing streak, one that could extend for a long time. You don't want to have, like I said earlier, you don't want to have 3 grumpy Gilberts to put up with for a week of preparation for practice. Nobody wants that. So had to be a big-time win. You guys had to celebrate in the locker room. What was the locker room like after the game?
Just lots of compliments on my shot, and everyone
was it more joy or was it more relief?
Mostly joy.
Joy, good. That's the way you want it. Sometimes for the coaches it's relief, but you guys got to learn to enjoy the moment. That's part of what's good to be on a team. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy the whole journey, not just the end result. Now you had struggled throughout the game. Really in a host of others. We shoot once again, 29%, something like that. Was it frustrating out there seeing all these good shots going up and just continue to have empty possession after empty possession?
Yeah, it was really frustrating. I would always look over at my brother, who was giving me support and telling me, just keep shooting, keep being confident. They look good, they'll fall. And finally they did.
Well, it's definitely his philosophy. He definitely doesn't quit. That play design out of the timeout, they were clearly intended to screen Stemler and go in behind her. You had two people cutting in and out, making Stemler have to make a decision. She stayed in. So you knew all along that shot was going to come to you. Is that a play you guys had practiced in, in preparation for the game or preparation for the season, or that was something just brand new that Coach drew up in the huddle?
No, we've practiced that one a lot.
All right. Well, Jackie, certainly a big win here tonight. To get a little break, how were everybody's legs? 4 games in 7 days. Did you guys hold up all right tonight?
I think we're doing just fine. Coach pushes us pretty hard in practice, but we're getting through it.
And hey, you're just teenage kids, so boundless amounts of energy,
you
right?
got time to be tired when you're 40 or older. When you get to that age, then you can be tired. Look at your mom. She's sitting there. She's already tired, and it's 9:20, and she's ready to pack it in. So just imagine how it's going to be then.
Yeah, she was up late making me food because I had the girls over before the game today.
All right. Keep doing that. Must be a good luck charm, right?
What you guys have?
Chicken fettuccine Alfredo,
Maybe
pepperoni,
nice
pizza, casserole, and garlic bread.
It's nice. Maybe the WFLQ staff would like to come along. Have you ever considered that?
All right.
Well, hey, we tried.
We've planted the seed. We'll see what happens, I guess. Jackie, congratulations.
Thank
Terrific game here tonight. Keep up the good work. And, hey, that shot's going to fall. You guys keep shooting, and things are going to go well for you.
Thank you.
All right. Jacqueline Gherkin, sophomore, the game winner tonight, a baseline 12-footer as time runs out to give Orleans the 35-33 victory over Christian Academy. Kevin, very quickly, a look at the statistics.
Final game numbers for Christian Academy: 11 for 27, 41%. That's 2-point range. 2 for 11 from downtown. Overall, 13 for 38, just 34%. From the line, that's what cost Christian Academy this game. They shoot just 5 out of 14 for 36%. They out-rebounded Orleans by a whopping total, 37 to 22. 9 of those on the offensive end, 26 on the defensive glass. They turned it over a sky-high 21 times. For Orleans, well, we talked about their shooting woes. They continue tonight, 15 out of 51. That's 29%. 2 out of 13 from downtown, 15%, 13 for 38. From 2-point range from the line, not very good either. 3 out of 9, 33%. But we won because we only turned it over 13 times. We got many more shot opportunities than Christian Academy was able to get, and that is why we were able to come up with a chance to win the game at the end. And when we did, on a nice set play ran by Coach Gilbert, good encouragement. That's good coaching right there by Coach Mike Gilbert there to encourage his shooter before she goes out on the middle of the floor. That's the hallmark of a good guy and a veteran coach who knows it's just the right thing to say to make a kid comfortable before she's going to have to take a game-winning shot. So kudos to Coach Gilbert, who was coaching way back when I played, back in the elementary school, way back in the day at Olynyk. So known him a long time, and that's a hallmark of a good coach, and he did a good job there at getting Jackie ready to put it in. She made the play when it happened. Good screen, got her free, good pass, got her the shot opportunity, and when she had to have it, Gherkin knocks in the 15-footer from the short corner, and the Dogs jump up, do their Toyota commercial. Oh, what a feeling. Run off the floor in celebration, and it's a long drive home for the Lady Warriors of Christian Academy.
Final again, 35-33 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. We'll take our final break and wrap things up when we come back to the doghouse in a moment. This is Orleans girls basketball.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
From the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Sky Doherty Trucking are proud to salute a student-athlete for their hard work and dedication and continuing the legacy of excellence that is Lady Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Sky Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. Well, tonight the Lady Bulldogs keep their fans in suspense right down to the bitter end, but no worries for Jackie Gherkin. With time running out, catches a pass along the baseline, pops home the game winner as Orleans picks up their second win of the year, sending Christian Academy down to their fourth loss in 5 games. It also ends a 3-game losing streak the Lady Bulldogs had to Christian Academy. They had not beaten the Lady Warriors since November of 2013. So hopefully this is a springboard for this Orleans team. As we talked about, their schedule gets extremely difficult. Lagodi having a solid year so far. Salem, Paoli, Trinity Lutheran having a good year. West Washington in there as well. So this pre-Christmas portion, Springs Valley in there as well. So the pre-Christmas portion of their schedule gets mighty, mighty tough from here on.
That's why you got to get the wins when you can get them. You had a team in Christian Academy that was very vulnerable and much in the same boat as Orleans was. You needed to figure out a way to get one, and even though it wasn't at all aesthetically pleasing, it was big that Gherkin made that jumper and the Dogs able to get out of here with a win. I got a few scores here on a rather busy Monday night around the area. Perry Central has beat Cannleton 43-25. Our friends at Shaw Memorial beat Borden 40-33. We'll see the Lady Braves later in the year, and in a game that's going to leave a real mark on my friend Justin Burris at Eastern Green. He coaches the Eastern Green's girls. They get beat tonight by Owen Valley 78-10. That's going to hurt. Still waiting on scores. Wood Memorial at Northeast DuBois, Mater Dei at Forest Park, and Evansville Memorial at Jasper. But the only score we're really concerned about is the one here tonight, as the Dogs managed to hit a jumper late and take out the Christian Academy Lady Warriors.
All right, on the eve of opening up for the Springs Valley boys, and now we can start mixing the two here as we move ahead. I don't know if I like having the boys start this much later than the girls, but it is what it is, and got to get ready for them.
Well, I'm excited about the boys' season. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I watched the local teams play in the summer. I talked to Coach Bradley. He's excited about his team. He thinks Orleans will be better. I think it portends to be a potential really strong season at Springs Valley. We'll see how that develops, but their JV was undefeated last year. They bring a lot back. Coach, in his second year, has a chance to really string something together. I know Paoli is going to be pretty good. I would assume they have high expectations there. A lot of athletic, bigger kids there for Coach Cole, who does a great job. So it should be a great year of boys basketball all the way around the area. My hometown, Bedford, they think they're going to be a little bit better as well. So a lot of these Southern Indiana teams are primed and ready to explode. So I'd say it all starts tomorrow night.
All righty. Before we leave the air, very important, need to wish my wife a very happy birthday. I'll be home here in just a little bit to help finish off what hopefully has been a very, very wonderful day for her.
Well, it's been a great day for her. I'm assuming because you haven't been home. You've been working, and then you've been here, so maybe her day's about to get worse. I don't know. But, hey, for someone who's 78 years old, I'm sure she's had an outstanding. That's how old you told me she was. So I'm sure that's how.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh, did I mishear that?
Just by a little.
Well, I'm pretty certain she's not listening at this late hour, so maybe she didn't hear that comment. Maybe I misheard it. I could have that wrong. But nevertheless, yes, happy birthday to your lovely bride, who'll be back at school here in a week or two, or a week, I guess, when Thanksgiving break is over. All her students will be excited to wish her a happy birthday when she returns, and I'm sure you guys will have a great Thanksgiving break. It'll be after the break until I see you again. And so on behalf of myself and my family, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
All right, same to you, and I think we'll have you sometime next week as well.
Yep, I'll be back on the air with you next week. I'll miss these first couple of boys' efforts as Coach Schmidt, I think, comes in and takes my place. and that'll be good for her, too, to get the season going. Should be a lot of fun tomorrow night. That Mitchell doubleheader is always fun. The Valley girl and boy doubleheader, I think that's exciting. The JV teams played tonight. No results as of yet on those and how those went, but I always like that game. It's going to be a fun one, and I had hopefully big season for the Valley boys.
We'll have Kelly Schmidt on for the girls and Paul Stroud back for a very brief time. He is an assistant coach down at Vero Beach in Florida, so returning home to spend Thanksgiving with his family, and we'll get him on the air tomorrow night as we unveil the Springs Valley boys.
Paul will be looking all tan and svelte and relaxed as his trip to Florida, but basketball season getting ready to start for him as well. It'll be fun to have the living legend back on the air with the other living legend, yourself.
Yeah. Here tonight, Jacqueline Gherkin hits a baseline 12-footer as time runs out to make Orleans a winner as they defeat the Christian Academy Lady Warriors 35-33. Audrey Elrod leading the way with 13, Peyton Blanton with 9. Jackie, that was her only points of the ball game, but the biggest ones of the night to improve Orleans to 2-4 on the year, 2-2 here at home, and ending a 2-game losing streak as well. Christian Academy led by Allie Stumler, who finished with 23 points, but only had 1 in the fourth quarter, as Christian Academy was just 1 of 10 from the field in the final quarter. Orleans stiffening up their defense to give themselves a shot to win, and they certainly did that. A game that saw 4 ties and 5 lead changes, but it's Orleans that wins it. Christian Academy, with their 5th straight road game to start the year. They're now 1-4 on the year. They'll host Borden on Saturday. Next up for Orleans, they'll travel to Jack Butcher Arena and take on Lagodi a week from tomorrow night. Our next broadcast of them will not be until December the 7th when they host Paoli. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your car, home, business, wherever you might be tuning in. And we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we receive from our participating schools, so we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Orleans and Christian Academy of Indiana High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. And we'll be back with us again tomorrow night for our varsity boys-girls doubleheader as Springs Valley travels to Mitchell to take on the Blue Jackets. Girls game begins at 6. Our broadcast coverage to begin at 5:45 with the boys game to follow immediately afterwards. For our studio engineer this evening, Randall Ham, our statistician and courtside engineer, McKenna Purley, and for Kevin Terrell, this is Mike Hamilton bidding you a fine and pleasant farewell from the Doghouse in Orleans, where tonight's final score on the Busick Insurance scoreboard was the Orleans Lady Bulldogs 35, the Christian Academy Lady Warriors 33. This is Orleans girls basketball.
Thanks for listening. Tonight's presentation has been brought to you by Busick Insurance in Orleans for home, farm, health, auto, life, and business. 865-2626. AAA Auto Parts, south side of the Orleans Square. 865-4444. Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, meeting the shipping needs of the area for over 3 decades. The IU Health Paoli Hospital, the only nationally ranked health system in the state of Indiana. Super Clean Car Wash, Maple Street, Orleans. Orange County REMC, offering affordable loan distance. Call 865-2229 or toll-free 888-337-5900. High school basketball, the presentation of Q100 Sports. You can best show your appreciation for the broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. You're listening to your power station for sports, Q100 WFLQ French Lick.